Mm. Well then, hop by the fire. Let's see if that computer's running nice and good. Maybe the frames will be nice and fluffy. Who knows? But we're back, hopefully. Pharakeet's SS v Thot Patrol continued, part 2. We'll be right back after this messages. We're back. Nepal. All right. Go into the game and continue what we started. Boom. See how this goes.
Pharakeet's on Thot Patrol, the sequel after our short break and advertisements. There were advertisements, right? Getting paid for this, right?
Totally.
After our amazing advertisement, we have ourselves a nice game on Nepal. Coming back, Pharakeets were able to show that they could at least face off against Thot Patrol, but they're going to have to do a lot of work coming onto this next map to see if they can take away the title from Thot Patrol.
Well, I mean, I think still, if it wasn't for the time difference, it might have been a more even match. If they had more than a minute pushing on Route 66, it would have been a totally different game, obviously. But going into control point here in Nepal, interesting because obviously running No More Mercy. Well, Keystone running Mercy, but with massive changes here. Stan going on to a May, which is interesting because I would have expected him to be more mobile here on a control point.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Do you think the cold climate of Nepal will affect their gameplay? From my hand, get all freezes. But immediately, first off, Echo picks up Wheaton. Cedro goes down too. Looking like Pharakeets are going to have to back off pretty quickly in this fight. Very decisive fight. Well, Rock looking to get killed. They're going to leave him alive for a little longer. Trying to run his way onto the point. They're just pushing him back over and over again before they eventually take him out. He's just, oh man, this is a really long stall. He's one shot away from death. Nearly making his way to the cliff. They are, wow, that was a stall.
Taking it out. Oh man. That feels bad. That feels real bad, honestly. And yeah, didn't quite work out for Pharakeets trying to rush in there like that. Stan already going over to Genji off the May here. But the Pharah, oh my god, Pharah Mercy combo here. Echo already grabbing his ultimate here, so he can shut down this attack right now if he wants.
Well, Echo getting taken out. Keystone probably going to try for the revive. Isn't going to be able to get it. As we do see Pharakeets coming back, but the point is already at 45% and they're still contesting it. Oh, it goes off on the point coming out from Dome. But wasn't able to pick anybody up. We still see Switchmaster on point, trying to hold it out for a little longer. Able to do it, but it's going to flip over at nearly 60%. Echo getting a kill very quickly into his next push.
And with Weird down, that's going to call the banners here, as from two sides, Thot Patrol is going to rush in, take out Slime, and maybe they won't even need to use the Rock Barrage, but Stan is looking for some blood.
Yeah, Stan getting those slashes in, already taking out Keystone. The Mercy's gonna be down. You can just see how much less the Mercy can do here with their recent changes. Were well deserved, but the Mercy's just really not working out for Thot Patrol. But they do have a Valkyrie ready, so they're not going to be switching off her yet. Hopefully, this Valkyrie is going to do some work, but Pharakeets don't have the ultimate advantage. Thot Patrol does.
All right, I mean,
see what they do with the ult.
They sunk in the Nano Blade to keep the point here, and they still have a few to rely on. Well, let's see what happens when Echo getting destroyed by his own rocket.
Yeah, Brock loses his mech to Echo's ult, but he's able to take out Echo in response. You're coming in from behind Thot Patrol right now. Trying to help take them out. Activates his Tactical Visor straight into the defense matrix, but is still able to get to Thot Patrol. And they're here contesting the point as it moves up to 90%. Pharakeet's doing a wonderful job here, but they are down. They do not have the advantage here. Keystone coming out with the Valkyrie. Going to be a very, very hard fight now for Pharakeet to keep this point. They're doing it so far. Weird getting Pulse Bomb stuck. Thot alone and away. We have fight continuing on. Still a little hard to call. Both bubbles come down on the self-destruct. Still very, very hard fight to call as both teams are doing work, but we're seeing Pharakeet pull out the advantage here, and Thot Patrol wasn't able to get back onto that point.
Boy, Thot Patrol, they could have taken that because Soames was slept and had the full, like he took the entire time to wait for that sleep to wear off from Slime. So he was out of that fight there. He actually had 95% to his self-destruct, so that was probably an absolute game changer in such a small place in that capture point. And another thing, Keystone, who's now on Ana, he was on Mercy and died like 3 times in a row, or at least 2, with his Valkyrie. And even when he popped it, it was because he was getting chased by Seadro, who was in Primal Rage, and didn't get a single res off. So Pharakeet's doing a very good job of really narrowing down the heroes they need to and grabbing Keystone when he could do next to no healing.
Alright, so the fight coming in on the pillar side of things. You have 2 shield tanks trying to do their work slowly. Speedro pushing up onto the other team. Mascot is able to take out Stan, and it's going to be a huge pick as we see the rest of Thot Patrol getting the picks that they need. Rom only able to pick up Mascot, but they're all getting taken out, and the point is going to go to Thot Patrol off in the beginning.
Boy, and Rock the Pig, he does fly, believe it or not, being the last one alive here. But Echo almost got his tire. A good map to have Junkrat on. You spam down so many choke points here. And speeding in, especially with Bubble Lucio's now returning to the meta here. Getting that good positioning as they're holding them. And now the Pharakeets have to decide. They're going to the left, actually, the far route, but the trap does get destroyed before they can go in. And now they're open to, well, choose who they want to take on first.
And luckily, Thot Patrol didn't take a very aggressive stance on there. They would have been hurting had Pharakeets come in from the side. But it's an equal picks right now. Mascot getting taken out, Rock getting lost out. The Pharakeets are the ones on the point. They just have to take care of hits. And they
weird. So
not able to do it. Swish Mask coming in from the side with the Tactical Visor. Still kicks on point. Skating around up top, keeping it contested for his team. The only one shooting out of his Speedro, but Speedro gets slammed into the wall by a late right shot.
Mascot, well,
flipping
he
over,
does
but
fall.
It's running up to 70%.
Boy, 70% before it flips, not bad, but man, that charge from Mascot from the side after taking down Stan, that was just wonderful. But Pharakeets will take it with almost 5 ultimates to their name here, but same with Thot Patrol. They have the choice to take it back with all that power here, and they're going to go straight for Speedro, who's so close. He's going to be falling here. They can't get killed, but Sound Barrier is going to stop it.
Fire coming from Echo, picking up a good half of the Pharakeets team. And Thot Patrol is going to reflip the point, moving up through 75%. Going to be a very hard fight here. Thot Patrol looking up to tie this match right now. Just amazing ult combinations there.
Oh my!
That's painful. That's painful. Echo picking up a quadra kill with his mine. Not even his ult, just a quadra kill with his mine with help of Soames. And it's gonna win them the match because, or it's not. It's gonna win them the round because Pharakeet aren't gonna be able to get back to the point in time. That was a wonderful combination. Play of the game by far, calling it now.
Junkrat always comes big when you least expect it, honestly. The tire was the first big thing, a nice triple after the fight was going on for quite some time. So that takes Pharakeet out of that engagement immediately. Then Thot Patrol, wise on their positioning, having Soames alone in that first choke point room, hiding around the corner. I mean, they're gonna... Pharakeet's coming in as a group as they should. That's a good team play, but then Soames grabs them together and they just wipe their hands of that one and move on to the next round.
Right, so starting off the third and final round of the all map. We have Pharakeet taking a aggressive defensive point, or defensive hold on this capture yet, hasn't been unlocked yet, but first death, it's a trade if you see Mascot get taken out, and Sam drops as well. Soames, Pharakeet's doing some work here on point, able to take out two. Keystone sitting back, they did drop the Mercy. Ana gets taken down, so they're low on heal.
So far, the Genji fight here, Echo is definitely beating Stan to the punch on a lot of these kills. Even though Echo does fall, he's already doubled the amount of ult charge that Stan has, and so far Thot pushing Pharakeet's back here, and Stan will fall with the headshot from Keystone here. Finally, they're going to capture it here, and well, now they have their spots. But the thing is, now the walk time from spawn is going to be a little bit more tough for the side of Pharakeet's here, is they have to decide. They're not quite together. They got to choose one way or the other to get into the point. They're just going straight in the middle.
Straight in with the sound barrier. It's not really going to help them out too much as the Keystone pulls out the Transcendence in response. Switchmaster picking up the speed drone to be the first pick in this fight. Keystone getting taken out as soon as that Transcendence is down, surprisingly. Sadly, Stan also down. Gonna really hurt his pride in that Genji fight there. Comes out Switchmaster with an amazing 2 pulse bomb kill onto both of the support from Pharakeet. It's gonna lose them the fight, and it's gonna move up, and they're gonna have to come into the next fight at about 50%.
Yeah, one engagement down, and actually before that fight even broke off, even with Wheat coming in with that sound barrier, Slime was nowhere near the team. He thought he was going an entire different direction. So he was way late to the party with a few of his members already down here. But let's see if they can pop off anything. But this grab from the back only gets Slime.
Keeps really hurting here. Echo pulling out a nice 2 for the Pharakeet on the Pharakeet's DPS. Going to continue holding the point, moving up to 75%. And it's crunch time for Pharakeet. They don't win this next fight, they're going to be bleeding onto the point, trying to keep it. And that almost never goes well.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be dumping the Nano Boost onto Seed, who has his Primal Rage here. We're just trying to grab a spot to the left to try and rush in, but they have to go now. And already Slime is being destroyed by Echo.
Got picking up, we see Stan getting a Swift Strike, doing work, but it's not necessarily enough to keep his team in this fight, as there's only 2 of them up. Stan getting slowly lasered down by the very, very high energy Zarya. Echo pulling up the Dragon Blade again, just to clean up the rest of Pharakeet's, and overtime's taken down. They're not, Pharakeet isn't going to be able to get back, giving Thot Patrol the victory, moving them on into the tournament.
Thot Patrol defending their potentially to be first place title again.
Fire at will.
Of course. It's that double mine, man. So much damage.
So much. Hey, I called it, but I mean, it's not necessarily even that hard of a play to call toward the end there. Quadruple kill with a normal ability. You don't see that happen much. I don't know if that's what the algorithm looks for, but it happened. Thought Patrol moving on. Gonna be able to have a chance at keeping their title. I'm not sure what the next team is, but hopefully they're gonna be able to give Thought Patrol a run for their money.
Well, looking at the bracket, pulling it up, it's so far our seeds are describing our tournament perfectly. We have 1 and 2, which is Thought Patrol and Blue Eyes White Privilege, or Boop, if however you want to say it. And our third place match will be 999, who's on the other side of the bracket, and they will be facing Pharakeet Security Solutions. So 1 and 2 in the grand final, and 3 and 4 in the third place match. Seeds are a wonderful thing, I guess. Good template, not necessarily the rule. So, with our frames back, nice and smooth, we'll be ready for that grand final here. In our last open, the Winter Open that is, before we move on to some good old spicy Winter Invitational qualifiers in the months to come. So, while we gear up for the grand final here, take another short little break. We'll grab Boop, Blue Eyes White Privilege, get them in here for another good old best of 5 final. Stay tuned.